360 the show. That's the number 3, SIXTY, the show. Why 360? Because we cover all things life, love, power, and health. The theme of the show is always rhythm and truth. And that said, you know, I'm going to always have some music incorporated in all that I do. And the game plan is to invite others on that are musical creators so that I could air their music on the show. Would you look at there? You do know the rules, right? You know, you come here in all this fabulosity. You didn't come to just sit pretty, did you? Let's go.
No, I didn't.
Let's go.
I love your energy. You make me brave.
You don't need to be brave. You're fabulous.
You
look terrific.
Thank you.
Look at you. It's been a minute, you know?
Thank you.
And I'm so glad that life has brought this circle about so that we could take this business by force.
Yes. I'm so excited.
I'm looking at my watch like a millionaire in 5, 4,
3,
2,
1.
Let's go. Let's go get the bag. So you got a chance to peek in on Dr. Verche.
Yes, she was very eloquent, I must say.
I'm sorry about that. Yes, right?
Very, very eloquent. Yes.
Definitely a crown for a jewel for the crown.
Right. This is my first live, you know that.
Is it?
You know how many people have asked me and I would always say no?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How did I get so lucky?
Your energy. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad that you said yes because, first of all, I've been on the phone with you enough to know that what you've been dropping on me, it would be unfair not to share this with my audience and yours as well.
I agree.
I mean, here's the deal. You are a certified jeweler, an interior designer,
yes,
a total life changer,
yes,
right?
Yes,
and a spiritual mother, MUVA.
yes.
So you're leading people to their highest sense of self.
Yes.
On every level, mind, body, and spirit.
Absolutely.
I'm about to shut up, but first, the first thing I want to do, no, you can leave him. He's quiet at this point. Yeah, because it's a little too distracting for me. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Please tell me a little bit about yourself, your history. I know you lived in London, Rome, Paris, and Florence.
Well, I come from a unique background only because my parents were together for 60 years before my father died.
Wow.
So I was really raised to be groomed the way exactly they wanted me to be.
Okay.
They put an enormous amount of time and money into me. Whatever they thought it took, that's what they did.
They did whatever it took to
right.
invest
So
in.
me living in Europe was on their pockets.
Wow.
And a half. And I lived in New York already, and they paid my rent on my apartment for 1.5 years, so I wouldn't lose it.
Wow. Those are some
I come from a silver spoon background.
Uh-huh. That's amazing. That's amazing.
So that's a little bit of the kind of childhood, young adult life that I can share without going into a whole bunch of detail.
Right.
So I went to school in New York. I studied at FIT. I lived in London, Florence, Paris, and Rome. I lived in New York for quite a bit of time. I was an international buyer, top buyer, I might add. I got into interior design by default because I opened my own business, and it won an award for decor in the tri-state area, and I didn't have a license. So I decided maybe I should go get my license. You know, people are asking me. And then that flipped to my primary business. And then the jewelry, you know, I put that down for a little while. So I've been really finagling both for a long time now.
Right, right. And you cannot deny yourself yourself.
Right. I mean,
You are what you love, and what you love, you
anything
are.
that's pretty glamorous, I'm all over it.
Let me just speak to what I've witnessed as an interior designer. Like, you are the epitome of that. You
Oh,
bring beauty to whatever you touch, and
thank
you
you.
do it in such a magical way. Disney wish they could get their hands on you, because it takes a dreamer and someone with great vision to be able to do these things. It's beyond just the home, even holidays, like when it comes to like doing the decor for the trees and all that. It's a special touch, and it takes a special someone that is passionate about what they see and imagine, and you bring your imagination to life, and it's just like boom, bam, bang. It's fabulous.
Thank you. It is a passion. It
Right.
is a gift from God, really. And, I never forget that. I don't take anything and, claim it as mine. My
Right.
vision, where it comes from, has to come from Him, because I myself can't understand sometimes how did I get there when it comes to creating.
So this fabulous background behind you, this is
Hmm.
a room in your home.
This is the other part of my bedroom.
It's fabulous.
Thank you.
Right.
It's a Gauguin. It's a copy of a Gauguin, and it's a copy that was done in silk.
Forgive me that I don't know what a go can is. Educate. Do
Okay.
educate.
Okay. Gauguin is should be a well-known artist that's, quite, um,
Okay. He's sweet.
and, and I was fortunate enough to, um, own it through, my godmother, who is not with me anymore.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fabulous. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. Yes.
Yes. You
So,
can look up Gauguin and you'll see this exact piece of artwork.
okay. No problem. I will certainly do that because I want to know. I want to know what I'm looking at. My mother was very passionate about, art. And
Oh,
so,
our whole family. Are you kidding
yeah.
me?
Yeah.
I know you too now.
Okay. So now on the jewelry tip, oh my God, the jewelry, your eye for finding pieces out of this world. And so, are you wearing anything that you may flash and show? And
But jewelry, I mean, really, I was fortunate to be around wealthy people when I was a little girl. My godmother, uh, God rest her soul, she's Jewish, and
yes,
I was around lots of wealth, lots of jewelry, diamonds. So a part of that has to do with you are what you live. So when you start seeing it at a young age,
you
you don't
become
change that level of taste.
okay.
So a lot of times people wonder, it's only because I was raised in a certain way that this is what I was shown. So when you shown something when you're a little girl, I'm talking 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, I can remember certain bracelets and rings,
Yes.
and that was always my passion to duplicate that.
So your mother had an eye for it as well, is what you're telling me.
Right. My
Okay.
mother and my godmother.
And your godmother.
My mother was a spinal cord specialist, and she was the only child. And she spent her money wisely. I mean,
Hmm.
that's one of the reasons why I think, I have such lavish taste, because my parents didn't make me feel as though there was a struggle, whatever you
Right. Right.
I
So
deserved. I was a good kid, and and that's how they judge things. She's a good girl. She's this. She's that, and give her whatever she wants.
so beauty was so concentrated in your life that you dreamed beauty. You didn't see things in black and white. You saw them in bling.
Right.
Magical.
I mean, it's interesting, and one of the reasons why it's interesting is because I was raised on a level that I didn't live in.
Ah.
Okay, so what I was used to, no
Mhm.
one else around me knew what I was talking about, or knew why I was the way that I was.
Got it.
So
Got it.
kind of lonely at times because I could not be myself completely because it was disturbing to others.
I understand that. When you are, it's not like you're going to quench your own light to make others comfortable. So the brighter you beam, the more uncomfortable they become, the greater the separation in the gap.
Right.
They just don't understand it.
Right.
I get it.
So when it comes to my desire and taste, it still comes from a little girl. Like I can't, there's nothing I could do about it.
Right. It's the way you were made.
It was just the way I was made. Yes.
Right. Well, that's awesome. Thank God for that, because now, because of how you were made, others can benefit from your eye, your gift, your talent, everything. And it's a good thing. But the thing here is, some people are glamorous and they lack the other side of it. You don't have that issue. You walk in extreme wisdom. You are quick, intuitive, spirited, and you've got this openness about yourself. In this hour right now, you're like, I just want to help everybody. We're going to get into that.
Right.
But before we do, if I could just go backwards for a second and just draw from you what you might say concerning the things that we as a people are going through. You already know I'm going to deal with the Amy and Christian Cooper, who are not related, but the guy was walking, he was bird watching. She was walking her dog without a leash, and she went into theatrics. And as a result, she called the police. He was, thank goodness, filming her on his mobile device. What are your thoughts? She apologized. He accepted. He felt like it was sincere. I have a different scope on that. I just feel like you're sorry because you got caught. What are your thoughts?
I think she's definitely racist. I mean, she went into the act too easily and too strong. She was too confident in her act towards him.
Deliberate.
But she was sure that they were going to handle him. You know, she was sure that black man, white woman, take him down.
Right.
I feel like she was absolutely looking for that to happen.
Right.
What do I think about it? This question about black and white was always difficult for me because my godparents are white. Both of my godparents.
Who you love very much.
Right. And growing up, they lived in a swanky apartment in New York, and the doorman really thought they were my parents. So, for a lot of years, and a lot of people thought my last name really was Eisenberg, because they would always introduce me that way. Not taking anything away from my parents, they just, the love that they had for me and the love that they had for my parents was just that strong.
Wow.
So I personally never really felt like I was in a situation where I felt like I was being discriminated against.
Right. Yeah, you felt accepted in all circles.
I never, because whether that was fortunate or not, people would say things like, where are you from? Who are your parents? Like as if some way I was the exceptional colored girl, sort of, if I can say. So I don't know how that really feels to feel, really, really against, but I can say that I've had situations in the police arena with, this person's black and this person is white. I've had that feeling of prejudice from the police.
Right.
Me, the black person, opposed to this white person who hit me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
this is your own personal encounter.
Yes, I've had it a couple of times.
Oh my.
Yeah, with a white police officer, I be, the victim, but the white person turns into the victim because I'm black and those two are white. So therefore, you're lying. So
right.
So I've had that experience. What she did I can only say that she has some emotional issues.
Right.
To even be able to go into an act on that level.
Right. Right.
You have to have something that's just not right.
Pure malice.
Yeah, I mean, just something, you don't even know this guy. So why are you looking to hurt somebody that you don't even know?
Exactly.
Like, you could have just kept walking.
Right.
I didn't even understand why she was standing there holding her dog instead of just walking on.
Right. Yes. Choking him.
Just walked away.
Yes.
Even if you wanted to say something, you could have said it walking away.
Right. Right. But
so I think she has some emotional issues. I think
she was trying to lean into some authority that she knew that she had. You know?
Exactly, but I still think she has emotional issues. I mean,
right.
Even, use your space and your energy to create something that is disturbing you.
Right.
It's easier to just walk away because it's now your energy. So you should have, if you just walked away, you spent how much time keeping that negative energy with you?
This is so real. And that would solve so many problems. That is a very valid point that you make. Energy is everything. And you do not, if you look at energy as money, you wouldn't spend it so frivolously. You know what I mean? I love that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Everything is energy. Whether you understand that or not, it's all energy.
It's all energy. Yeah. So I'm going to quickly sashay over to Floyd, George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
This is the man who the police officer put his knee in his neck and held it there until he was lifeless.
I had to stop looking at that because I couldn't. It's hard to just want to believe that a police officer could abuse their power that much. And it's scary because we all need police officers. I mean, we could not live in this world without police officers.
Right.
But now you don't even trust them.
Right.
So now you don't even want to go to them. You don't even want to, just being stopped by the police could be scary now. So when you think about that, because that has happened to me before. I remember years ago, I was such a young girl. I had, a nice car. Let's just leave it at that. I had a nice car and I was stopped by a police officer and I couldn't understand. And he said, well, we had a report that, a car like this was stolen. Well, it's not this car. Like it's not this car. This is me. This is my license. This is my registration. Like, it's not this car. Like, right. But they want to dig and look for something. Right. He went on to ask me, was I not familiar with the area? Mind you, I was parked in a park. I was inside of a park, parked in a space. That's it. Wow. Nobody was in my car, and he pulled right behind me so I couldn't back out. And he literally tried to intimidate me by, I don't know what, So, I mean, to see someone look up, he wasn't even looking down at him. He was looking up as if he was seeing who was watching, is somebody taking my picture? And, so for me, it's scary because you can't trust them. You cannot. You can't. Sadly. And the thing is, the reality is there are good and bad civilians as well as law enforcement officers, but it's very difficult in this time to differentiate between the two. Exactly. We've always known that today we are experiencing modern day lynchings. Right. And it's very serious. But we've been suffering as a people so long. I would not be shocked to know that this whole COVID vibration wasn't an opportunity to shut down all manners of evil. Oh, well, I mean, I have my thoughts about that. I mean, I think it's controlled.
I'm listening. Just plugging in so I don't lose power. Yeah.
I just really believe that the world is ran by, powerful men, and they make a lot of decisions that, we have to deal with if we want to, I guess, you know, continue to live what we consider to be, our own personal and private lives.
Right.
We
Right.
don't have anything that we can do about that. I mean, I had a tremendous conversation with a friend of mine who's a lawyer and a judge, and she was speaking about healthcare. And
Uh-huh.
healthcare is unfair in our communities, you know. And she asked me my opinion. My opinion was, to be perfectly honest, is, you know, we can talk about healthcare. We could be in this position not having fair healthcare for the next 20 years,
Right.
right? So I am the kind of person that don't, I can't focus on things I can't control. You can't control healthcare. You can't control the government.
Right.
We have to talk about what we can do to help ourselves.
Agreed.
And that's,
Agreed.
that's the long and the short of it. When it comes to this virus or anything else, you have to start learning how to be healthy.
This is true. Self-empowerment begins with self-awareness
Mm-hmm.
and taking responsibility and being accountable for your life, where you are, and having a picture of where you want to go, and then taking the necessary steps to get there.
Right.
It's all about the commute. It's all about the commute. Lastly, before we go into what we're going to talk about for the night, Ahmaud Arbery. He's the one that was chased down in the pickup truck by, I believe, two
Mm-hmm.
Caucasian men.
Well, clearly they just wanted to kill a black man.
Slaughter.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did he say? They were being robbed in that neighborhood. They were robbed in the neighborhood. Well, clearly, since he's not in a getaway car and he didn't have a television on his back, clearly he hadn't robbed anybody.
Right.
So even if you thought that was true, why didn't they just call the police and say, I think there's a guy in pursuit of whatever? Why would you feel the need to have a rifle and think that was not going to make a person react? Why would you show a person a rifle?
Right. Right.
Clearly, you just wanted to shoot a black man.
Right.
That's clearly you just wanted to shoot a black man.
Right.
That's clearly you just wanted to shoot a black man. That's
this. I hope this doesn't come off cheesy at all, but I'm going to segue before the other stuff to the product. And the reason why I want to do this, and please let me know if you don't care for my approach, but a lot of people are not balanced. They're not well, and sometimes it's simply chemical. And in this moment, I'm thinking to myself right now how simply taking responsibility for your health can shift the way that you think and reason in the first place.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes if you don't have enough rest, you don't think straight, you act out.
Right.
If you're eating too much sugar, you act out. If your blood pressure's off, if the sugar level's off, you don't act right.
Right.
This product, NutriBurst, is so amazing. And I mean, I'm genuinely and going down this in an organic way. But this NutriBurst, I just got to go fast to say, perhaps, if more people would be responsible for their health, then maybe we could trust them a little more,
Oh,
if you're depleted.
right. I mean, people definitely have chemical imbalances. People definitely have emotional issues. People are just sick, just mentally ill. And it has never gotten a diagnosis, never took a pill, never even tried to figure out.
Right.
In situations like that, your family usually makes excuses. Oh, he's just a moody person. Oh, she's just, she got a short fuse. So it's always, that kind of answer. It's never like, oh, well, maybe you have some issues that need to be checked out. Right. So, a part of that has a lot to do with the chemical imbalance in our body. It has a lot to do with BMI being off. You know, we don't really know how our body functions.
Right.
Because of that, we don't know what to do to make it function properly. And that's the unfortunate thing. So you mentioned Nutriverse. Nutriverse is to me and to the person who trained me, a Nutriverse is the most important essential minerals you can put in your body.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. My experience with it is that it's a game changer for me. There's just no argument about it. The energy that it brings without the jitters, without the palpitations, it's just a natural boost of immense energy.
Right.
It allows you to get things done. And also there's something that it triggers in the brain that puts you into a place where you're like, what can I do next? Well, like the way the body works. Yeah.
Well, what happens is, your body requires minerals. So if you get 72 minerals, your body really only requires about 70 a day. So if you're getting 72 minerals, your whole functioning of your system, your endocannabinoid system, is going to start functioning correctly. Anything that's going to function right is going to make you feel better.
Can you talk to me a little more about the endocannabinoid? Oh, I said it. System. You talk about it a lot, right? That is not something that I'm truly familiar with, but I listen and I continue to listen, and let's hear it.
Okay, so everyone knows my background is fashion design, jewelry, glamour, beauty. But it came a time that I really wanted to understand how people got sick. It was just that simple for me. I needed to know why people would come up with these elements. And it was scary. I'm going to be honest with you. I was scared to become ill. So because of that, I went into a little research trying to figure out, how do you not get ill? And I don't know what led me to do that other than the fear after seeing other people.
Right. You didn't want to have that.
Yeah.
Your story.
Did you know you had this? Do you just go to the doctor and one day he goes, oh, well, doesn't look good for you today? Like, it didn't make sense to me. So as time went on, I met a biochemist, and he turned into my mentor. Jonathan, he turned into my mentor, and everything that I thought I knew about the body, I was absolutely wrong.
Wow.
The endocannabinoid system, people never even heard of that. I had never even heard of that. What the heck is that? Everyone has the endocannabinoid system because your body really functions under a system. Like your organs are just not haphazardly in your body.
Right.
There's a whole functioning mechanism going on in your body.
Right.
And when you know how to make it operate properly, you won the game in life.
Right. That's why you coined your business as aging backwards.
Yes.
Cellular.
Right, because you age from the inside out. Like, we're not even supposed to grow old. We're supposed to age, but we're not supposed to grow old. So we're growing old from the inside. We're not growing old from the outside. The inside is already old. So now it has nothing else to do but to show from the outside. So that's why I tell people, if you don't do anything else, make sure you should take Nutriverse. It's going to help your organs to function properly because your body needs minerals.
Let me say this. I am wearing makeup. I've got a full beat. Did it myself. But outside of this, I don't think makeup can look as best as it could if you're not taking care of yourself. So without the makeup, I'm noticing a glow. And with the makeup, I think the makeup is laying on better because the pores are shrinking. You know what I mean? I mean, I was born with decent skin, so that's a blessing, right?
Right.
But as you get older, no matter how decent your hair is, your skin, they begin to experience a decline. It's fair to say a decline. And you're onto something with this aging backwards. Certainly, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, I am experiencing a difference in the way that my hair is being restored. It's fuller. It has more body. It has more health and vibrance to it. My nails are stronger, not so brittle and breaking, especially in light of the weakness, because you know I had the tips and everything, you know, and they're gone now, and my nails are doing pretty good. They're getting better and better. But my skin, particularly, there's no makeup here. I feel like my skin looks so much better, you know, and I feel like what I see on the outside, I feel so different.
Again, it's the minerals. Let me see how I could break it down. It's like a car. If you give the car the gas, it's gonna run. If you don't give the car the gas, it's not gonna run. So your body, when you eat food, your body only wants to hold on to minerals. Anything that's not a mineral, your body cannot digest. So it'll try to move it doing number 2. If it cannot pass with you doing number 2, so it stays stored in your body. So it becomes waste matter and toxins.
Yes.
So the reason why you're feeling sluggish and this and that, because you have so much poison in your system.
Right.
When you take the minerals begin to move your system into a healthy state. It begins to regenerate the cells, because your cells have to renew. Your cells renewal has to do with your organ function. So when you take the minerals on a regular basis, your entire outlook will be different. How you look, your skin, your weight, your nails, everything about you, the way you even think is going to be different. Because
bingo, right there.
Most people don't understand or never experience optimum health before.
The way you think. Which is why I really believe that if you're at home, I'm talking to whoever's watching, and you're dealing with some sort of imbalance in your own mind, and you'll know it because you'll feel agitated, angry, edgy, you'll be bickering, you'll know that's not the normal way to be.
Right.
We are born in love, and so we should operate in love. If you're not doing that, you should consider NutriBurst. A lot of people take it for all the right reasons, but maybe not the most important reasons. For example, they take it because they want their skin to glow, their hair to grow. But beyond the outside, it's working on the inside to have those results on the outside. But beyond that, what it does at the cellular level, your brain is a cell. You know what I mean? What it does for you is something that should be of greater urgency. The way that you think, as Lecia said, the way that you think can change your life and your relationship. Let's see if she's back on. I know that we get an hour before we get disconnected, so I'm hoping she'll sign back on shortly. We just don't have control over this. But what I was going to say until Lecia joins back is that, you know, if you can take a product that can do all of these things, and say someone may say, well, I don't need it for my hair, skin, and nails. I'm terrific in that department. But perhaps your need is at another level. You know, it is something that I recommend, that you recommend, to deal with people who deal with balance issues, harmony issues, getting along with others, being a light in a dark place. If you're in a relationship and that relationship is struggling, why don't you both get on NutriBurst? Give it a shot and see what happens. I think that when people feel better, they behave better and they interact better. You know, that's kind of where I'm going with this. Let me see if Lecia has rejoined. But yes, the NutriBurst is amazing. This discussion isn't necessarily about trying to sell you something. I will share with you and I will introduce it to you. I will not shove it down your throat. But I wholeheartedly believe that this product is a game changer, mind, body, and spirit. Because as a man thinks, so is he. And if you're not thinking right, you're not going to be as successful as you could possibly be. You're not going to be able to sustain relationships. You're going to deal with, you know, brick walls in your life if you don't get your mind, your body, and your spirit together. So, hey, I'm going to just get out there and let you know that it's important for you to have a prayer life and to have faith and to be connected with people that help you sustain your relationship with God, you know, because they're like-minded people, so that you could be at the top of your game, because you're not just a physical being, you're mind, body, and spirit. It's important that you bring harmony on every level in your life. Here's a time right now where we are dealing with time on our hands, too much of it to process. I think that what you should do is find a way to get the most out of your day, the most out of your time. Do what you got to do to get it right. And this product, NutriBurst, I want you to consider it. These products are life-changing products, and I urge you to consider them. Just give it a shot. You don't like it, you can get your money back.